What's up? What's going on? This is the Sports on Tap. What's on Tap show with me, George on Tap. And today's going to be a pretty short show, guys. I just got two topics for you. And the reason that's going to be short is I'm having some internet issues actually right now. And that's going to make it really hard to make this show the quality I want to make it for you guys. What's on tap? We're going to start off with one word. There is one word to describe Major League Baseball and what we've been seeing the last few days. Baseball has made a resurgence. And I think that's because live sports is now king of TV. And baseball had a big problem. There's no urgency. There was no urgency. And that's not the word. The word of the day is not urgency. But there is one word that we'll get to here in a second. But baseball had an urgency problem. You can't play 162 games. And I know they say every single game counts, and it kind of does. Look at my Seattle Mariners missed out on the playoffs by one game to the Kansas City Royals, who are now tied 1-1 with the New York Yankees. And it makes me just want to hit my head. But there is no urgency in Major League Baseball. But then the playoffs begin, and every game is as urgent as can be. Every game matters. Every pitch matters. Every base runner feels like the biggest base runner. We saw the game yesterday between the Dodgers and Padres, which was an electric factory. And that's our word of the day, electric. Major League Baseball playoffs are absolutely electric. They're so fun to watch. And this Dodgers-Padres series, I wish it could be a 7-game series. I wish this was the NLCS because we have the superstars. We have Shohei Ohtani every time he comes up to bat, feels big. Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, just to name a few players on the Dodgers. And then you go to the Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr., who has been the most clutch player in the playoffs. He's been absolutely fantastic. Manny Machado, Jackson Profar, Jackson Merrill. Everything feels so big and so electric in Major League Baseball. And honestly, there's probably no way to replicate this in the regular season unless you add a cup or something like that, like a baseball cup every single year. Because we saw when the World Baseball Classic was going on, people tuned in. You see the Major League Baseball playoffs, people tune in. Now, if we have, unfortunately, a World Series between like the Guardians and the Padres, yeah, maybe those ratings won't be through the roof. But if we get the Yankees Padres, actually, if we get the Yankees versus anyone in the NL, the Mets, the Phillies, the Padres, the Dodgers, we have all the superstar powers. And today is almost an essence and must-win game. And I'll tell you one thing, Kansas City is going to be electric today too. Major League Baseball is not an electric sport, but once the playoffs start, welcome to the electric factory. I think the best word to describe what we're watching with the Major League Baseball playoffs is simply, it's electric. Enjoy it. Playoff baseball is one of the greatest spectacles in sports. Every game, every pitch, every moment matters. All right, I told you guys this is going to be a short show. But here we go. What's on tap? Our real state rankings for every single NFL team. So if you're not familiar with this, I'm going to share my screen here. And I try to rank every NFL team into a tier of real estate. What kind of real estate would they be? So, for example, I'm going to just kind of break this down for you. This is now heading into week 6 real estate rankings. If you see me looking this way, that's where my screen is. We got Penthouse, New York City. I mean, that's like the most expensive real estate in the country. A Miami waterfront mansion, usually pretty good real estate, except if there's a hurricane. Hopefully the hurricane's not too bad. That's going to fall into Tampa today. A house with a pool, like here in Arizona. A suburban home. Apartment paycheck to paycheck. Hospital. That means you have hella injuries. Trailer home or homeless. Homeless means you're done. You got nothing to look forward to. All right, so let's get started here. We're going to go with the New Orleans Saints. They've kind of fallen down these rankings quickly. Apartment paycheck to paycheck. They're struggling to survive. Derek Carr's hurt now, out multiple weeks. They're in survival mode. The Miami Dolphins are in a hospital. Why a hospital? Their quarterback's hurt, and I don't know, without a quarterback, I know everyone is like, well, maybe Mike McDaniel is not a great coach. Well, no, he is. It's just they're in a hospital. The Baltimore Ravens are a penthouse, New York City. Man, I'll tell you this. Lamar Jackson is absolutely electric. He's amazing. He's one of the best football players I've ever seen. The Bengals apartment. Sorry about that, guys. They're an apartment paycheck to paycheck. The problem here is their defense is so bad. Joe Burrow is so good. Like, I almost want to start a tier called like just Joe Burrow. The Broncos are a suburban home. They have a really good defense. Their defense is elite. They're 3-2 now, and they're playing some really good football. Same with the New York Giants. They're moved up this ranking. They've been like at week by week. Brian Dable is a hell of a head coach. Vikings are in Miami Mansion. I know they're undefeated. They have. I need to see like Sam Darnold do this for a full season before I can put him in a penthouse, New York City. Rams are in a hospital. You know why? The Buccaneers are just an average team. The Detroit Lions are a Miami Mansion. Man, they're boring in a weird way, but they're all. But yeah, I know it sounds weird. The boring Detroit Lions, but they're just a good football team. They run good. They pass good. They have the best offensive line in the game. Bears, I'm going to put them house with a pool. The pool is Caleb Williams. He's starting to come along. They're 3-2. They have a good defense. They're not a bad football team. The 49ers are also in a hospital. Too many injuries. Eagles are just an average team right now. The Raiders are an apartment. They're a trailer home, actually. I'm sorry. I know they're 2-3, but their quarterback situation is so bad. I have to put them in a trailer home. Packers are a house with a pool. Look at this. Look at the NFC North. There's not a bad team in the NFC North. The Packers are going to move to Miami Mansion with one or two. Well, I still think they're a Super Bowl contender. I'm sorry. I have to put them up there. I don't know who's going to win that division. The Vikings, Packers. This is a great division. Commanders are also a Miami Mansion. Hey, Jaden Daniels is just really good. The Cardinals are an apartment, paycheck to paycheck, barely surviving. Steelers are a suburban home. They're very average. And Cardinals are average too. Bills are a Miami Mansion. They have some deficiencies. I don't know if they're going to actually make it big this year. The Falcons are a house with a pool. Pretty good team, but they're in that bubble of like second-tier teams. These are the first-tier teams. The Miami Mansions in the penthouse, New York City. The Seahawks, I have to move them down to suburban home after losing to the Giants. It's just, as a Seahawks fan, I'm disappointed in what was going on. The Patriots are almost homeless, but now they're starting Drake May, so they have an opportunity to kind of move up from being homeless. The Browns are homeless. Deshaun Watson sucks. He is not the quarterback of now, future, past, present. He's the worst quarterback than he is person. Texans are a house of a pool for now. They would be in the Miami Mansion, but this Nico Collins injury really puts. But they beat the Bills. I'll throw both of them house of a pool. I want to see what the Texans do without Nico Collins for an extended period of time because he's really good. Chiefs, I mean, what do you expect? They're undefeated, best team in the NFL. Miami Mansion, house of a pool for the Cowboys. They're good, not great. They fall into this tier of teams. Chargers, I think, are average. We'll see. Maybe they can move up to the house of a pool with a win here and see if they can get big. Jets are apartment, living paycheck to paycheck. They're barely surviving. Homeless. Panthers suck. Titans, you suck. You got Joe Flacco, but you're a suburban home. And apartment living paycheck to paycheck for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So those are our best teams in the NFL list. This is our list of like what state rankings for each and every single team in the NFL. So imagine these was an actual real state. This is what would look like. I'm going to actually screenshot this. I'll probably post it on Twitter. And those are our real estate rankings NFL. So hope you enjoyed that. We're going to do this during every week of the NFL season. My name is George on Taps. Sorry for the super short show today, but the internet has been acting up and can't really do much about it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time.